Ladies and gentlemen, my name is The Reckonist and welcome to Football Manager 2017 and a small update and variation of Skulls Can't Tackle based on the 17.3 match engine released a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago now. This particular adaptation was developed live on stream, and if you wish to get involved in the incredible community we've already got there, you can find links below, you can ask questions. So it's Twitch TV _ The Reckonist, and the link will be placed below in the description. So first of all, you can see a couple of changes have been made, and I'll explain the reasons for that. There were some issues where the original one I uploaded wasn't particularly great at certain things. I kind of addressed that, and we've been getting great results on the Everton save that we have now. We're already League Cup champions, and we're into Champions League fighting territory in the third season. Great. Okay, so you may have noticed the majority changes come from the back. As you can see, well, the major issue with the original one was fullbacks getting exposed and as a result making rash challenges and getting sent off. I've addressed that by pulling back the complete wing-back on the right to just a wing-back automatic now who shoots left off them, dribbles a bit more, gets further forward and runs wide with the ball. He doesn't quite go hell to leather like the complete wing-back would. He would just run up and down all day. He kind of picks his spots, his runs more selectively now, and as a result there's less exposure down this side. But he still will run into problems, obviously, because he is going to be caught up pitch a few times, but a lot less than originally. We've been using it on the stream. Shay Coleman started off with problems, and then he got better and better as I reduced his role from a complete just to a standard wing-back. So that's what we've done there. Nothing changed around here at all. These are all fine. The relationship between Shay Coleman and all these other players is exactly the same as it was in the original, except he's just caught up the pitch a lot less. So good. That works fine. The major change was to accommodate an aging Leighton Baines. So Leighton Baines is one of England's, he probably is England's best left back over the last 10 years, I would have thought. Other than Ashley Cole, probably. But he's a bit old now. He's 31 years old when the game starts, and his physical stats are starting to wane a little bit. But everything else, his mental stats and his technical ability, is all pretty much Premier League standard. So I wanted to keep him around, obviously. To do that, I put less emphasis on his physical stats and more on his mental stats by turning him from a complete wing-back in the original to an inverted wing-back. So the inverted wing-back, a lot of people were unfamiliar with this. There is a particularly good article on the BBC website by Pat Nevin explaining why specifically Leighton Baines is an underlapping wing-back, and I've tried to accommodate this. I'll try and find the link. I'll put it in the description so you can have a look. But ultimately, Leighton Baines doesn't go on the overlap much these days, and yeah, he hasn't got the pace. He can't get back as quickly, and there's obviously vulnerabilities there. So what he does do is he cuts inside the winger and inside this midfield centre, and often ends up in places around here making crosses. So I've tried to emphasise I've tried to accommodate his lack of pace by having him more central, because obviously if he's more central, there's less distance for him to recover and run back if he ever has problems. But there's also a side effect to this, and I'll explain that in a moment. So inverted wing-back Leighton Baines coming up there. Now, because of the relationship with inside forward constantly cutting inside and with Leighton Baines constantly cutting inside, there's going to be like a chock. Basically, we're going to overload this particular area, which makes it slightly easier to defend. So to accommodate that, I've had a inside forward. I've put him to support, and I've also ordered him to stay wider. So he's going to stay slightly wider, giving a problem for the defender's defending team's right back to give him decisions whether he stays wide with this winger guy, or goes and closes down this Leighton Baines. So it kind of creates more space. Him staying wider creates more space for Leighton Baines, and Leighton Baines coming in narrower creates problems for this right back. Does he stay with his man or does he go and close him down? Either way, it can lead to space behind here being capitalised on by this inside forward, and we have been seeing results with that. Ross Barkley in particular seems to work very well with this. He's not the quickest in the world, but he can play wide left, and I have been using him to some effect. There are obviously better suited players for this, but I will also say if you have a left-footed winger, just use him and tell him to stay wider as well. Obviously, you can switch that to wide winger if you have one, but experiment with that. But this seems to be working. Leighton Baines in the first season I tried this combination here on the left hand side. He got 9 goals. 2 of them were free kicks, but 9 goals from open play. He kept popping up literally about here and scoring goals. So yeah, definitely a good observation that was made, and we changed it on the stream. We can see Leighton Baines banging in goals a lot. So yeah, I feel completely vindicated in attempting that, and I'm sure you'll notice it yourself when using the tactic. The other major change is for this chap, deep line forward. He was a false 9. 2 or 3 years ago, a false 9 made this particular tactic overpowered, I thought. I don't think the match engine knew quite how to cope, or whether to come follow him, or whether to not. I think it created a slight imbalance. But in this year's game, I've noticed a false 9 truly is basically that. He's an attacking midfielder. If you put false 9 on, he's probably like a yard or 2 ahead of an attacking midfielder, which is a little too deep to cause any sort of offensive threat consistently. He'll obviously drag people out, but we need a little bit more threat. So I changed that to a deep line forward attack, and I had great results with... I didn't have Romelu Lukaku at the time. I had Troy Deeney, and Troy Deeney scored 20 goals before January doing this. Sorry, before the end of January, before doing this. So again, I felt completely vindicated there. Moving the deep line forward from a false 9 seems to suit this year's match engine a lot better, and we've been having great results. Everything else, I'm fairly certain, has not changed. We've kept the same width and defensive line, offside trap, disciplined. Yeah, kept everything like that. You'll see, what you will see is around 60% possession for most of the games. You'll have a lot of shots, a fair number of them blocked, but there is very little we can do with that. I have shoots left off them for both the inside forwards, just those 2, but these guys, the deep line forward, the attacking playmaker, both of them, I have them both taking shots whenever they can. Everyone else shoots less often. I'll left Leighton Baines on to shoot whenever he wants, because he seemed to have the mental stats to decide when it was a good chance to actually shoot. So yeah, we've been having great results with that. A lot of people asked me to upload the tactic. I've done that now. Thank you so much for your requests and your input on the stream. That's fantastic. You will find the download link for this below. It will be downloadable via the Steam Workshop. There will be other direct download locations as well. I will leave links in the description. And please don't host this without consent. This has been going on. I've been making this tactic for about 10 years now. I feel very attached to it and its usage. So if you want to host it somewhere, that's great. Just let me know. You can contact me on stream, you can contact me on the Steam Workshop, anything like that. I will get in touch with you. But yeah, I will pick some places to host it, and those places will be linked into the video description. But other than that, that is a 17.3 update and slight modification built on stream. My name's been The Reckonist. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the tactic. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.